David Nelson is the chief strategist for the asset management company BellPoint, and he joins me now. David, thanks for joining us tonight. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
So this visit by Apple's CEO comes amid what we're seeing here in the U.S., a bipartisan effort to ban the platform TikTok over concerns of national security. Today, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced that the House will move forward with that TikTok bill, although there is really no specification as to whether or not that meant a full ban. My question to you is, doesn't Apple cozying up to China pose an equal, if not a greater threat to the U.S. than TikTok does? And if so, should there be the same political will to disentangle Apple from China?
I think Tim understands that the earth is moving under his feet. He's hostage to China right now. You said it right at the top of the lead-in. 95% of the manufacturing footprint for iPhones is right there in China. He's already made an initial first step and is starting to move some production to India. But it goes to a larger picture. You know, right now, TikTok is obviously the tip of the iceberg. I think politicians understand what polls do. Gallup polls show right now that 15% of Americans have a favorable view of China because they understand the threat that China represents. They're going to challenge us on a range of issues: foreign policy, trade, and given what we've seen in and around the Taiwan Straits, at some point militarily.
When you talk about TikTok, I mean, there's a lot of debate going on. I mean, it's the largest, market. Millions of people not only have the app, but they use it for profit. Would regulating TikTok rather than banning it completely, do you think that's the most effective solution at the end of the day, or should it be completely banned here in the U.S.?
I'm not sure how we deal with this. I don't want to end up like China because it kind of cuts both ways. Back in 2010, they shut down Google. In 2009, Facebook wouldn't give them the information on protesters. They banned them. Twitter, the same thing. But what I don't want to see is a U.S. government with the same kind of powers that the CCP has. So it's going to have to be. They're going to have to think long and hard about how they do this and how they dismantle this company.
You know, many people believe that a Cold War of sorts is brewing between the U.S. and China, which would mean, a decoupling of our economies. However, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, our trade deficit with China grew by almost $30 billion, and trade between us hit an all-time high in 2022. David, why do you think that is, and what do you expect moving forward for companies with ties to China?
I think we're in the early stages of a decoupling of the two societies. And I think if you point right to Taiwan, how critical that is, I don't think a lot of Americans really understand that how important the semiconductor manufacturing footprint is there. Some of our most advanced chips, including AI technology from NVIDIA, is at Taiwan Semiconductor. If China managed to seize the island, they could turn the United States on and off like a light switch. I think if you ask the average American whether or not they wanted to see the U.S. military go up against China, most would say no. But don't ask them now. Ask them when they lose access to technology they use each and every day. You're going to get a very different answer.